Hey everyone, I bet you didn't know it was fake band t-shirt day. We're going to talk about this and a lot more on the next episode of Scooch Ovaries.
Scooch over.
Hey, can you scooch over?
You want me to scooch over?
Just a little bit. Scooch.
Scooch?
Scooch.
Scooch. Scooch ovaries.
I believe we should open with each of us singing a song from our t-shirt band.
Sex hair, sex hair.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with Little Sebastian.
Little Sebastian.
Bye, bye, Little Sebastian.
Although I don't think Mouse Rat sang that. I
No,
think Andy
that was Andy.
sang it. Yeah.
These are deep cuts from Parks and Rec
Yeah.
history.
You have to be a real
Yeah.
Parks and Rec nerd to know that.
You do. And my shirt is honoring not only Christopher Guest Films in general and Eugene Levy, but also our patron saint, Catherine O'Hara, who has left us.
Yeah.
And this shirt is recognizing Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara from, A Mighty Wind. And they were Mitch and Mickey, and it was The Kiss at the End of the Rainbow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, when the veil of dreams has lifted. I'm not a singer. I'm a joker. But we haven't had a chance to go through the entire year of celebrity deaths that broke our hearts because we've been on hiatus.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like Catherine O'Hara is top of the list.
Yeah, that really, I mean, it's not that I don't care about celebrity deaths, but some
I do.
really just like hit you in the feels. And boy, Catherine O'Hara sure did.
Yeah, that was rough. It was unexpected.
Yeah.
Felt like she was too young.
Oh gosh, so young.
And I thought it was so unusual that we found out about a condition that didn't actually kill her, which was that her organs and stuff were on the wrong side of her body.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like her heart was on the right side. But then I believe it was colon cancer that eventually took her, and it was she couldn't breathe at the end. Something with the treatment went south. So she lost a lot of weight though, too.
She had, boy, she just, all her character. There was never one character that she had that I didn't like. I thought every character she just played phenomenally.
Yeah.
Moira Rose, come on.
Yeah. And it's fun because every generation had a character. Because she had way back, SCTV, Second City Television. In the 70s, my sister and I would stay up late at night and watch SCTV and Fernwood Tonight on like Channel 11 because it was Canadian TV. They would put stuff on from there, and we would get to see SCTV and her characters, and that was in the 70s. And then I want to say the next thing would have been, is it Home Alone, I guess? Was that in the 90s?
I think she got real famous on Home Alone. Yeah. I think that was 1990. But did that come before Beetlejuice?
I was going to say, when was Beetlejuice?
I think Beetlejuice was in the late. I feel like I was more in high school when Beetlejuice, and then I was an adult when, I think that was like 1990.
If only there was some way we could look it up.
If only you had a magic book somewhere.
We're not going
to look it up.
We'd much rather just spread rumors. And then, of course, Schitt's Creek.
That was, oh my gosh, Chef's Kiss. That was the perfect role for her, the perfect character. Oh.
She helped design the wardrobe, and she designed the voice.
Yeah.
And she was the one who said, we're going to use big vocabulary words every episode. And she made that character her own, and it was beautiful and amazing and wonderful to watch. And she didn't even want to do the pilot, and it was so great that she did it. And that wasn't the end. And then she was already an actress that normally ages out of Hollywood. No, what happens then? The Studio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, with Katherine Hahn and Seth Rogen and Ike Barinholtz and Chase. I don't know her name. I should know the other gal's name in it. That's a great show. If you haven't had a chance to watch it.
They won one of the awards, the Emmys or
They won
Golden
several.
Globes or something.
Yeah, they won a few. And she won. She won the Emmy. Her Best Supporting Actress. She beat Katherine Hahn. Katherine Hahn. She beat Katherine Hahn for Best Supporting Actress, which I'm fine with. And Seth accepted on her behalf. And then the show won for Best Comedy, and he won.
Well, his acceptance speech for her ominously, it went
humongously.
humongous. It went viral, and I was like, oh, he had some real pretty words for her. So
Pretty words.
pretty. I sure
All
do
the
be pretty.
feels.
You got me right in the feels.
Oh my God. And the thing was, she could play anything, but she chose to play comedy. And what a gift.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Balls out, tits up.
Well,
Every character. Just
there was a
bam.
lot of dramatic stuff in Home Alone. Like,
Oh, sure. Well,
know.
she had lost a kid. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
like it
bad.
was believable that she was like just freaked out. And from what I've just seen from social media, I think her and Macaulay Culkin stayed really in touch.
Oh, he was there. She was there when he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh yeah,
He called her Ma, I think.
called her Ma.
Yeah, it was just beautiful. And then years later, there was I think she was, did a callback to the Kevin thing where she like named some sports figure. I don't know, it was sports related. She was like, Kevin. I was like, I don't know.
Oh okay.
It was something with that. But my favorite Catherine O'Hara roles, I love them all, especially Moira Rose. But I cannot put anything above the Christopher Guest films. All of them. They're all together in a row.
Yeah.
Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman, A Mighty Wind, and
I think I might like her character best in Best in Show. Not to say I didn't like the rest, but she went above and beyond in Best in Show.
hundreds of boyfriends.
And she'd always come across them and she would just be like, that guy. And just for like a microsecond, she kind of go in her head. Oh
She
my
had the
gosh.
low cut top on and the "Hello, my name is" sticker on her skin. Fantastic.
She did the thing with the knee. Oh,
Yeah, the knee, the falling and then the walking like
Yeah.
that. Who can do that kind of physical comedy? It's amazing. God loves a terrier.
yeah. Oh, she was good. She was good
Oh
at
my
all of
God.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. She was just one of a kind.
Oh my God.
I think we've discussed this before, but I think I can say this pretty objectively that Canadians are funnier than Americans.
Yeah. Well, we know they're nicer. Yeah. I think there's a lot of them that are funnier. Ryan Reynolds, he married wrong, so that didn't help, if I may. I usually say people voted wrong, but he married wrong. Sorry, Blake. I never watched whatever show she was on. I'm not a fan.
Oh, my daughter, when she comes home from college, she will watch Gossip Girl.
I can't.
And then one time, and bear in mind, my children are now like in their 20s, 20 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
And one time she was watching it, and then my 21-year-old son was like walking through the living room or something, and he was so appalled by some scene. It was like they were making out, but they were making out in front of a child, and he was like,
Oh.
"Kid, why would you watch a show where they're making out in front of a kid?" And she was like, "Shut up, it's just a show."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think they made out that bad. It was like a WB show or something.
And I'm still disappointed that people think Gilmore Girls is like that because they never watched Gilmore Girls. I'm like, that's not what Gilmore Girls is. Gilmore Girls is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've watched a little bit of Gilmore Girls with Katie. Yeah, it's way more wholesome.
It's funny.
Yeah,
It had 50% more pages.
yeah.
The lady who wrote it, Amy Sheridan Palladino, I believe is her name, her and her husband, they wrote it based on their relationship, but made it a mother-daughter.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you know how at the end of the show you get that kind of the production company's logo thing?
Mm-hmm.
Theirs was Dorothy Parker drank here.
Oh, I've seen
They love
that
Dorothy
before.
Parker. Yeah. And she's done Mrs. Maisel and other things since then.
Okay.
Bunheads, you probably didn't see.
I know of what
Sutton
you're
Foster.
speaking about.
Yeah. And then they did the reboot of the Gilmore Girls where they did 4 episodes and it was a season for each one.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not finish it, but I'm listening to Emily Gilmore's, God, what's her first name? Kelly Bishop, her autobiography. She's one of the original ladies from the original run of A Chorus Line.
Was
And then she played the mother.
grandma?
Yeah, she was the grandmother
Okay.
to Rory.
Yeah, yeah.
So she was like one of the original chorus girls
Oh,
in A
wow.
Chorus Line. And her story
wow.
was they'd sit around. I learned from the book. They were sitting around when they were workshopping the show and just telling their stories cold to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why there's a scene in A Chorus Line, which I have never seen and I'm a little embarrassed by, but I should
never seen
see
it
it.
either.
We should just watch it one night and talk about that
We should.
because that's not going to happen. But that's fun we said that. But they literally tell like their story of how they became a dancer or a chorus person.
Oh, wow.
And they use the real ones in the play. You know,
Oh.
like they were having a workshop and they ended up writing the script around the original crew. So it's
I
kind of
never
cool.
knew that.
And she did lots of other stuff, but her turn as Emily Gilmore in the Gilmore Girls is one of the greatest characters ever written because she's so strong and so tough, but her heart is just as strong. And when she reveals it, it's like, oh, she let us see a little bit.
I don't think I've seen that part yet because every time I watch something with Katie, I'm like that grandma. But I've only seen a few episodes.
You gotta
gotta
start
stick
from
it
the
in for the long
beginning.
haul. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's a bitch for 90% of the time, but then you're like, oh, well, her daughter kind of split, but she kind of kicked her out. But it's look, I could do hours on the Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
That was my original Agatha. You guys think I talked too much about Agatha all along? You should have been around for the Gilmore years. I watched it with my mom, and we both loved it. So it's one of my shows with my mom.
Oh, with the Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she also liked The Apprentice, but no accounting for taste. She watched it for the spectacle. I watched it to scream at the television. So I've been
Yeah.
angry since then.
Yeah. That was another show I didn't watch. And no regrets on that one.
No.
No regrets on that one.
And it was a bad year. We also lost a lot of TV stars. Eric Dane,
Oh.
McDreamy,
Okay.
or McSteamy. He was one of the doctors on Grey's Anatomy.
Okay. I knew of him, and actually Catherine, I
McSteamy.
think, had a conversation about it because Catherine was I just never watched Grey's Anatomy, but he was a handsome fellow.
James Vanderbeek,
That was sad.
so young.
Yeah. He had like 6 children. He had a lot of children.
Yeah, he
that
did.
was really sad.
And a lot of
sad ones.
other celebrity deaths, which I can't think of right now. But one of the big ones, which hurt a lot, was Robert Redford too.
Yeah, I was just about ready to bring him up.
Yeah. Oh. Because I asked my last one. I can't remember the rest.
Oh no, I just have a Robert Redford joke
Oh.
that I've been doing, and now it's at the point when I first started doing it was very topical, so it seemed like, and now it's to the point, and it's a pretty good joke, but I've got to figure out a way to be like, hey, you remember like 6 months ago, I turned into Chris Farley. Remember Robert Redford? Yeah, he died. Like, so I've got to find a way to bring him up without, I don't know, but yeah. But
Keep that joke alive. Find a way to keep it alive.
well, because the problem with comedy is you get like one good joke and then you come up with a like really funny comeback or
Tag.
tag. And I've got a really good tag. And like I start the bit with Robert Redford and then I end it with like the tag. And it's pretty good. So
Do not share it here because it'll be
Yeah.
out in the open. You want to save it for your shows.
Yeah, but that's why I'm in a quandary is because it started out just as a topical joke, but then when I did a tag and then filled it in with other bits, it's really good. And so I've got to figure out a way to just out of the blue not bring up Robert Redford, who's been dead since November.
If you want to keep it topical, you might want to open with something with Paul Newman, who's been dead for like 20 years.
Or I can be like, I know all you kids are watching Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, but got sad news for you.
No.
So
He was our Brad Pitt.
yeah.
I know that might sound weird and it's probably aging us, but he was that like handsome man.
Well, I'll just tell the one tiny part that I open up with.
She can't help herself.
I know. I don't know if you guys heard, but Robert Redford passed away. Now, for all you young kids in the audience, Robert Redford was a very handsome actor who was the star in probably almost all of your grandma's fantasies. Then I go into boop, 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 bring back to grandma.
That's fantastic. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Grandma's got a very active
Yeah.
imagination.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
And I can't, I've got to expand my mind on that joke. So anyway.
You'll find it. You'll find it. It was a rough year for celebrity deaths, so I feel like there were so many, but those are the big ones.
Yeah, I feel like that happens. Like some years, I feel like 2016, we lost a lot of people.
Diane Ladd, too. Laura Dern's mom.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was this year.
That was this year. That was
It made
really
me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, there's some really Really good people out
I
there.
like that Barbara Streisand did a tribute to Robert Redford. Then Jane Fonda's like, I did 4 movies with him. She did 1. Why wasn't I there? I'm like, you go, Jane. You don't have to just get arrested at protests. You can share your shit online. We're behind you. Don't try to look for a filter, Jane Fonda. Let it out. I love that she's like, what? 4? I did 4 movies. I'm like, that's right.
But can she sing? I mean, were they looking for some, or did Barbara Streisand sing?
She did. She sang a little bit of The Way We Were. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, then Jane Fonda, if he can't sing, I mean, you know.
She could have just stood there. It's Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
She's still here. It's amazing.
Yeah, but what would have had her do as a tribute if they had Barbara Streisand sing?
Well, Diane Keaton.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Diane Keaton. And one of the girls from The Family Stone was there. She didn't sing. Billy Crystal didn't sing. For Rob Reiner, I just remember the other 2 big ones.
Boy, that was sad.
That one,
That was.
nothing. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not. Something very funny happened on The Pit in a recent episode. Do you watch The Pit?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's a hospital show.
And I know of it. And
It's a
it's
great
Noah
show.
Wiley on it.
It does. Very good.
Yeah.
Look at you. So one of the other doctors was talking to one of the other doctors, a young girl, and they were talking, and she said to him, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And he said, Nietzsche. And she said, yes, Nietzsche, not Kelly Clarkson. So I was going to quote that because we are not promised tomorrow, which is another song, but that one's Meghan Trainor. I believe that line comes from a Meghan Trainor song.
Oh.
Or Pink.
I thought that also came from
Kelly Clarkson?
no, like someone, like a deeper poem. Or, I could be.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's
Yeah.
a Nietzsche-esque level person who said it before the pop star did, as is the case usually. But also whenever I hear what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, it reminds me of
The Kelly
comedian,
Clarkson.
no,
Oh,
Tracy Kanan's t-shirt that said, what doesn't kill me continues to piss me off.
Oh, that's right.
That which
right.
does
That
not
was
kill me continues to piss me off.
That was a good shirt. I forgot.
That was a very good shirt. I had one of those. I think I still have it somewhere. That's why merch is important.
Yeah, yeah.
It's important. Now, Robin, as a comedian, have you ever had specific merch for you?
I have, and I don't think it went that great.
What did you have? Because I don't remember.
I had a T-shirt that just said "politically correct" T-shirt. That was funny.
Was that before I knew you?
No.
Oh my God.
I think one time when I did like a tour of the Midwest, I took it to Iowa and tried to sell it in Missouri.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I
I love that.
when everything I've since kind of found the T-shirts. I only have like 2 or 3 left, and the only thing is they have my old website on them. Like I had
Quirky Bird.
yeah,
With a K.
Quirky Bird with a K, which doesn't make sense. No one spells it that way. And I thought maybe I shouldn't make this my website. So I thought I don't even know if I would wear it anymore because I'm advertising something that's not there. I mean, I said it kind of small. Yeah. Maybe one. You know what? Maybe the next time we're here. I'll wear
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you should. And I'll wear one of my marytishbine.com shirts because while I own it, if you open it, it says, site not found. Owned by somebody. It's
Oh,
me.
my somebody.
Yeah. Scoochoveries.com and marytishbine.com are also on hiatus.
Oh, okay.
Because of cancer.
Well, maybe one of these days we'll dust up Scooch Ovaries and start selling merch and stuff. And
I love
I'll
that.
update my merch.
Yeah.
My
let's
merch
do it.
things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I was always a fan of merch. I was never a good seller, but I always liked having it. And then I give it everybody. And they'd be like, why don't you sell it?
Yeah, I was that way with my book.
Give it
People would be
away.
like, "We want to buy your book," and I'd be like, you're my friend, take it." I'm like, I am losing money on this deal.
Let's plug the book. Stand Up and Be a Lady by Robin Savage. It is available on Amazon and anywhere else you can buy books online. It is a very funny book. The foreword is brilliant, written by a friend of yours.
I do. It was so nice. I wonder who wrote it.
I wrote the foreword. Foreword. I wrote. And one day when I write a book, you want to write the foreword
I
for
would
it?
be absolutely honored to.
Let's do that.
Well, it would only be 50% AI.
Oh,
Never do.
ow, my heart.
My heart, why do you say these things?
Oh
No,
my
I would never
God.
in 1,000 years do that.
No, I appreciate that. But I really am going to write a couple of books at some point. I will actually sit down and do that. My problem is I am a great starter.
I think I'm out there too.
Yeah, not the best finisher, but when I do finish, it is a great sense of accomplishment. And the first therapist I ever went to, I know people say you should go. I'm like, I've gone I've actually technically gone, 3 different times to 3 different therapists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 62. I know that doesn't really equal out. And one of them was like months and months. And he's the one who taught me that I have low self-confidence, which I was like, I knew that. He said, yeah, so you can fix that by accomplishing some stuff. If you have accomplishments and look back and say, look what I did, you're going to start to build confidence. And that's what you want to do.
Yeah. That's
Don't be
really
helpless and stuck. Just do stuff. Yeah. And that's why you were looking at this condo in a different way, because this condo was white and it had other stuff on the walls. I painted every wall in this condo.
Yeah.
And that was from that. And I made this place my own after my mom passed away, who I miss very much, and will be gone 12 years in June. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like yesterday, right?
It really does. Yeah, that does seem like yesterday. 12 years.
Speaking of celebrity deaths, huh? Long Island Marge.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So other news, I don't know what.
We really took this on a sad turn.
It's a comedy podcast.
Comedy.
Speaking of comedy, I don't remember if we mentioned it yet in the recording session from several weeks ago, 2 hours ago.
It's almost like, I feel like we almost just said it today, maybe.
Did we talk about the St. Pete Comedy Club I read about?
Yes.
Okay. There's more and more venues to see comedy at. Now, that doesn't mean it's an oversaturation of the market. That means there's more opportunities for stand-ups to perform, because it's not the same people at all these places. There are a plethora of comedians out there these days in this region.
Yeah, it's just growing more and more as well, too.
Yeah.
More comedians, more venues. So.
What year did you start? 2006?
2006.
I started in 2008.
Okay.
And that was a time when they were saying comedy's about to blow up, because now's the time, because things are happening with streaming and cable and there's more opportunities, and just get out there and make it happen. And while some people were able to get on that streetcar, we just watched it roll by. There it goes.
Hey guys, remember us?
Have fun storming the comedy club. So we just watched. And my point is, we didn't get famous. It didn't mean we were less funny than anyone else on stage.
Yeah.
We just didn't get famous. That wasn't always the goal, though. The goal was to stand in front of a group of people, say words, and have them clap and laugh.
Have them because
that's what you get up. You don't get up for the $50 or whatever insult you were given. And you're paying for your food and your drinks. I'm not bitter. I didn't quit because I was bitter. I quit because the political climate was getting bad. I knew I was never going to move up in this area because I was seen as a newbie, even though it was 9 years. And I was never going to be a headliner because I also didn't have the discipline to write new material. I did not. You were going out to open mics since I met you. And I'm like, that seems hard. I'm going to sneak the jokes in the other set that I got paid for. You always open mic'd. I didn't.
Oh yeah, I still open mic, so
yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's fun. At the point you got to do it for the love of doing it, or you'll just make yourself crazy. That's kind of how I look at it now.
I understand.
I don't pay the bills with it, but good stuff.
Do what you love. The money will follow, or not,
or not. Just do what you love, and you can get out of the house, and your cats will be like, "Where's Mama?"
That won't be my problem. My plant might say, hello, I'm thirsty.
I'm thirsty.
If you had to put them in order of how you identify in this order, I'm not going to add like mother or wife. I'm going to add, these are the things I'm putting in thing. And I want you to put them in the order of what you think is not most important, but what you consider your identity. Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Writer.
Okay.
Comedian.
Okay.
And I'm going to say podcaster.
Oh, probably
Look at that, I did
comedian, podcaster / writer.
Okay, so
I'll
you're
put
combining
writer.
two of them?
Yeah. What about you? What's your comedy identity?
Oh, writer, podcaster, comedian, because I don't actually get up anymore. But I did have a chance at the Van Wezel to stand up. They had a subscriber party, and there was a show, about 400 people in the theater. And I got to do a little skit with Justin Gomlock, and it was fun, and it was scripted, and it was in a podium in front of us with a microphone we shared, and it was like a minute and a half, And it was a great way to break the seal and pop the cherry and get that. God, everything's like, it's just dirty.
Did you enjoy like getting back in the saddle, being up there? Like,
did. They laughed.
Yeah.
I heard
could
people
see.
laugh.
Plus, that's an enormous theater.
Yeah, but I mean, 400 people's a lot. But even when there were 20 in there and I just made a stupid joke in rehearsal, I got to laugh. I'm like, this is not even trying.
Yeah.
Just talking. And you forget. And while for me, crowd work would be lazy because I need to have a set with material, I have to have a outline. I need an outline to follow. I can't just get up and do crowd work, and I can't get up and just do material because that would be too rehearsed.
Yeah.
So I have to find a way to do the outline, storytelling in and out. But I think if I know where I'm going, I'll get there.
Yeah.
Because there's something different about comedians, and you guys might not all know this, but sometimes we are not trying to be funny. We just have a slightly different wiring so that when we speak, things come out funny when we're saying our truth. Now, it's not a forethought like I'm going to make them laugh right now. It's really more of exposing a vulnerability, I think sometimes.
Yeah.
That's relatable.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah, and we're not afraid of saying the outlandish thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to be dirty. It's just...
We say the thing that everyone's thinking.
Yeah, it's like inappropriate. Like somebody at work came upstairs to pick up... Actually, he had to pick up some money. And he said, Mary, do you have that money for me? I said, your money's on the dresser. And I walked away. Now I got a great laugh. I don't think that guy likes me, but it was pretty funny at the time. But that's the kind of silly stuff I say at work.
Yeah.
Everybody seems okay with it. You know, what are they going to do?
You're not fired yet.
No one's filled out an HR form on me ever in my whole life, and I've always been like this.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is growing up with funny family.
Mm-hmm.
So who was the funniest in your family growing up?
Oh,
Was it you?
Oh, my mom's pretty funny. I mean, I remember as a kid her making me laugh.
That's cool.
My best friend's mom was really, 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 or she still is. She's got a very dry wit. So I would say those were the two influences in my life.
That's cool.
Well, my mother and my best friend's mother.
I think mine is my dad and my brothers.
They were always funny.
Yeah, and I'm realizing that now. Isn't that funny? Because I really don't like male comedians. Nothing against male comedians. Women are better. Just how I feel. Because there's less of us, and we need to be raised up, and doors get closed. But no, my dad always made people laugh with Life of the Party, and Frankie always made people laugh, Life of the Party. Even Kathy was funny. Jeannie was funny. Moggy was funny. Tommy was funny. All my nephews, both, and Jason was funny, who we've lost. But Jen's funny. Max and Corey, both funny. Mm-hmm. Everyone in my family is funny. And I just picked up the microphone. That's what I always say.
You're the only one who did the funny into the microphone.
I did. As a comedian, Frankie was able to do trainings and presented in like charitable events. Like he put on like charity baseball games and basketball games, and he would get up and speak beforehand. So
that's cool.
He did stuff like that. So he wasn't afraid to get up. He wanted to be a teacher, and he ended up being a trainer. So in the end, he kind of hit his goal. And my mom wanted to be a teacher, so she was always happy that he did that because she wanted someone to be a teacher.
He was making way more money as a trainer than a teacher. I mean,
was your dad funny?
No,
I didn't mean that to be in the past tense, but I meant growing up. And you immediately answered. So when you were in that,
he was a Marine.
It scares me a little bit. It shouldn't though.
My dad's had a stroke and he has trouble walking, and I am still scared of the man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that in the most loving way. I try to see him as often as I can.
I'm scared of you, and I love you.
But I don't know. I mean, he's a great guy. He just, there was a little part that was scared when I was little. I'm still a little bit scared now, and no reason to be, but never kind of leaves you.
Were you scared of his words, or did you guys have corporal punishment growing up?
We used to call it spankings, but
As soon as I said it, I was just going to have some weird Midwestern way of saying it. And spanking is not Midwestern, but she dropped the G.
Yeah. No, we got spanked. I mean, not like
you got spanked,
not like every day, and it wasn't.
It couldn't have been that bad.
No. But he was a big. I mean, I don't want to speak in past tense, but he's just. he's had a stroke, so it's hard for him to communicate like he once did. But no, he always, even when I had kids, he wanted me to spank him and I didn't. So
It's interesting because that definitely stopped in your generation of parenting.
yeah.
And I think it still pisses off the previous generation because
Oh, we used to have this hog, because I lived on a farm. We used to have this hog swatter, and it was like this double. It was more of a clanker, like kind of like a, like
Clapper?
little kids have like a little clanker. Like I think some of them look like,
clapping.
yeah, clapping. Like, they had something like that, except it was really long, and it was like two straps of plastic against each other. You're supposed to hit the hogs with it, and for whatever reason, I was somewhere between 1976 and 1981. My parents just used that as like, get the hog swatter, and then you get spanked by that. I mean, we never got any place other than the butt, and it wasn't daily. It was just if you did something hog swatter worthy.
I would think if I heard the words hog swatter, I would be triggered.
Yeah, no,
As
it
an
wasn't
adult.
fun.
No.
Because it was like a double strap. It was like
Yeah.
you would get hit, and then the strap would hit you again.
A ricochet.
Yeah, so it was like just think of the little hand clappers that kids use. It's the hog swatter. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that. We were sent to our room and then never discussed. The issue was never discussed again, and we're still not sure when the punishment's coming. And I think we were like, yeah, when we did something bad, like really, really bad. We didn't set the house on fire or rob a bank, but we accidentally played in my brother Frankie's, I think I told you this, played in my brother Frankie's convertible in the driveway, and we had those big hedges in front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So we jumped out of the car and somehow put it neutral, and it slowly backed out of the driveway, and the hedge took the door off.
Oh.
And my mom and dad said, go to your room. And we went to our room and sat there for a couple hours. And then they said, dinner's ready. And no one ever talked about it. So we're both like, when is it coming?
That almost is like something that would happen in a sitcom. Like, when DJ and Stephanie accidentally ruined the car.
No
Yeah.
punishment, just mind games.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we always said. We were raised on guilt. But Jeannie got chased up the stairs once. I don't know what she did, but it was something horrible. But I had a friend when I was going to church a million years ago in the 80s, and she would hit her kids with a wooden spoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God. That scared the shit out of me.
I might have gotten hit with a wooden spoon once or twice.
It's
I
fucking
can't remember.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you look back and you're like, is gaslighting better? I don't know. No.
I didn't really hit my
Sit down and
children,
have a
so-
conversation.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
Do you know why that was bad? Yes. Great. Let's get a pizza. Moving on.
Moving on.
Do you know what you did? Yes. Do you know why it was wrong? Yes. Do you think you should be punished? Not physically. I agree. I think it's crazy. And to me, it just, it's going to sound simple because I'm a simple person sometimes with stuff like this. And I never
just
raised
a
children.
simple person.
Yeah. And the caveat is I never had kids, but it's just not finding a creative way to find a solution and letting your anger decide what your solution is going to be. And it's hitting your kids. Because nobody I know that got hit came out okay except you. You're fine.
You're fine.
But you didn't spank your kids.
No, I did not spank my kids, and they came out. They came out great. They did come out great.
They're fantastic. Are
Yeah.
you kidding? No.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I would ground them when they were real little, put them on timeout and stuff, and
Well, timeouts, not hurting them. Just sit and think.
yeah, I even when we had neighbor kids, sometimes I put them on timeout too if they just got
Your kids and then you would play with the neighbor kids? Or you mean the neighbor kids would put on timeout by you? That's not your jurisdiction. That's interesting. I didn't have you. I'm annoyed by you. Go and sit in the corner.
If they're in my house and they're ruining my stuff, they're sitting in the corner. You don't think I
Ooh.
didn't put Adrian in the corner?
Oh, I know you put Adrian.
Yeah.
I know you're specifically talking about
Yeah.
Adrian. That's who I know.
If
I
you ever
know.
see this, Adrian, I love your little ass, but you were quite hyper. I did one time. He wasn't even in my house. He was in the neighborhood, but I took him there was like a cul-de-sac that was having like a bouncy house.
Oh, God.
And so I took Katie and Adrian down there.
I love
and he started like karate kicking the kids in the bouncy house.
Of course
You don't
he
think- You don't think I didn't pull his little ass out and be like, you are sitting there until you decide you're not going to kick kids in the bouncy house. Wow. I
He's
I
like,
wouldn't hit
Miss
him.
Robin, we call them balls. Well, I call it a bouncy house. I kicked him in the balls, Miss Robin.
No, they were physically in the bouncy.
No, I understood that. I made a joke.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I shouldn't get back on stage. Bouncy house is a good name for balls.
Bouncy house has a good name for balls. Oh, those bouncy houses. That's
Poor
one thing I
Adrian.
don't.
He's still wondering what he did wrong. No, I'm kidding. He knows.
No, he's doing great too. He's in college and
They all turned out fine.
they all turned out great. Yeah, but as to say, I did put children in timeout, even my children.
That's
and again,
great.
it's not like when I got hit, it wasn't an everyday occurrence. I didn't do it a lot, but sometimes you have to be the adult in the room.
So what kind of stuff would you do that you would get punished for? Did you break something important?
Oh,
Did you scratch something?
I can't even remember.
Did you kill a guy?
I can't.
I've wanted to say kill a hobo, but we don't say that anymore.
No, there was no hobos in my
No.
little town. I can't remember. I mean,
You can't remember the thing you did, but you remember the spanking.
I remember the spanking, and these are my parents who did it, so I can't speak for them. Because the first time I used to have a bit about having parents. Oh gosh, what was it? I said my parents. I used to go to it's something about Dr. Phil, and I grew up with boomer parents. The only time my parents ever consulted a doctor. Nanny 9. Okay, so the joke was something about Nanny 911 and Dr. Phil, and I go, well, my parents never consulted Nanny 911 or Dr. Phil. In fact, the only time they disciplined me, the only time they called a doctor or 911 was after they disciplined me.
Yes, I remember this joke.
that?
That's a good joke.
I go, because you can't stop the bleeding. And that was one of the very first jokes my mother ever heard. And she was
Oh.
like,
Oh, I
that's
love
right.
that.
That's right.
Oh my God.
So I think she would be fine. This was like there used to be in Kennedy, on Kennedy Road in Tampa, there used to be an open mic where I first started out. And
my
it was like one of those like coffee shops, but then it was also a printing press.
Sure.
And
The comedy club.
yeah, and so this was right, maybe the first year. And so I was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to an open mic. And she loved that joke. So no, she
That's a great joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember sharing a joke with my mom and then coming up with a punchline and her laugh. It wasn't specifically about her. Could I see if I can remember it?
Sure.
So I was watching the Olympics the other day, and I don't feel like it's as formal as it used to be. I'm seeing badminton and skateboarding, and I think I saw BB guns. Is this the Olympics or a barbecue at my Aunt Kay's house? And then I said, but Aunt Kay didn't have a BB gun. She had a .357 Magnum. No, she had a shotgun.
Yeah,
Sorry.
shotgun.
And when we got bad, she would let us know. You kids get out of my garden, I swear to God. Not a day goes by, I don't miss my cousin Eddie. So I told the joke to my mom, but I used one of my real cousin's names.
Yeah.
And she did the slow burn laugh like that. Change the name, though. Change
Yeah.
the name, make it a different name. I said cousin Eddie. She said good. But she was like, that's really funny.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, because I'm saying that your sister shot a kid. That's it's really funny. But I think that other jokes I did about my mom, she enjoyed because I didn't mean anything against her in the jokes. I was always laughing at the situation we were in.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
like a hypocrisy that exposed itself. Like when she said, I don't want to get addicted to oxygen. I said, so you're going to be a social breather just on the weekends? We're all ma.
I forgot about some of your jokes. You had some solid jokes. Those were good.
Yeah, they're old. They're out there still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting her in the cage. She got out of her cone last night. She got in the garbage. It was like horrible things. Like she was like, that's funny.
Yeah.
fine
I tell jokes about my kids, and I always, get their consent first. Like I wouldn't ever want to do anything to embarrass them. But I think because they always grew up like with me as a comedian, they're like, no, we get it. You're not literal. It's just a joke.
Yeah, and then you're making it ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you're making a punchline that doesn't relate to the actual premise.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when some comedian once said to, I think said it to Catherine, I think it was at a pizza place. He said, you got a lot of premises, not a lot of jokes. It's like, oh. Because the premise is the setup.
Yeah.
So you're saying you didn't have punchlines?
Yeah.
And then you meet comics who would say you have to have a laugh every 7 seconds. I said, if you want to be a hack,
Yeah.
because that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
hack is like the worst thing you can call a comic.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless you're legitimately, I don't know. And then
If you're Dale Jones,
yeah, I was
you're
going to
playing
say
a character.
Kind of depends on your jokes, but then some people are more storytellers, and I think I don't like hard and fast rules to anything, and so I think it just depends on who you are.
and when you talk about the storytelling, Carrie Fisher and Julia Sweeney are my favorites.
Oh yeah,
But then actually, when you're talking about straight up comics, Mike Birbiglia tells a story in every set, and it always comes back around. But he takes so many tangents and off road, but you go with him, and he's a great writer, and he's written a lot, and he's an actor too. But his writing is just so strong.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, you want to see a really good comic, go see Mike Birbiglia.
yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and John Mulaney, of course. John Mulaney is coming to the Van Wezel.
We might have to do a little group trip for
Yeah,
that.
My How the Mighty Have Fallen, right? Wasn't he like an arena comedian? Or was he not an arena comedian?
He was a really comedian.
He
I think
was.
he's fallen any though. Maybe.
Oh, from like 20,000 to 1,700.
Oh,
Seinfeld plays us too, but he likes the small theater feel, which
Yeah.
we like the small theater feel because 1,700 is bigger than I've
I
ever
think he
played.
could still fill up a stadium. Maybe he's just choosing not to. I don't.
Maybe he's working out some stuff.
Maybe
for the stadium
maybe.
show.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that could be.
What I did want to get to that we didn't get to during these early episodes of season 2 is how disgusted I am that for some reason Louis C.K. is getting a pass and is coming back.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Robin?
I think he's been back. I think it was only a very, very short time that he was ostracized, and I think he's coming back with a Netflix show, but he's probably been like to a local comedy club twice a year for the last, I don't know, 8 years.
Oh man, I didn't realize it was that long because I knew at one point he came back and he had a blazer on. I'm like, oh, he's doing the lady comic thing because we all had to wear blazers in the beginning.
Blazers and what do you call
Like a bolo tie or just a regular tie. I remember when I was taking the class and I was working at the school district of Manatee County, and I said to one of the curriculum specialists in our group, Dr. Sherry Lawrence, who was very funny, and she was the fine arts and film curriculum specialist. And I said, I'm going to try stand up. Should I wear a fedora and a tie? She said, that's kind of butch. And I was not out yet. And I said, no, taken. I was going to wear like a vest and a tie and a fedora. She's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. It's the 80s. She said, it's 2008. It's not the 80s.
It's 2008.
Yeah, like, don't do that. What are you doing?
I don't even think the male comics do the fedoras anymore. One thing I'm
Oh my God.
noticing is
Thank God.
like the lack of respect. Like people now go on the stage with flip flops and shorts, and that's kind of
What?
offensive. Yeah,
Oh, it's like a wedding or church.
yeah.
This is a comedy club. Show some respect.
respect.
This isn't a wedding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not perfect, but even when I go to open mics,
Yeah.
I'll wear a pair of jeans or.
Well, that was the name of a book. Don't wear shorts on stage.
Yeah,
Yeah. Literally.
and I don't know why they're not doing it. And then I feel like as elderly comedians, we've kind of tried to install that point, but Gen Z sort of has says who? It's like, I don't know, I guess.
We
There's
sound
no
like,
one.
we're shaking our fist at the cloud in the
Yeah.
parking lot. Oh, you kids.
I still don't
Wearing the
like
short pants.
it. Yeah, I still don't like it on stage. I mean, in life, but
I don't like when men wear pants and have things in their pockets and I don't see a clean line. I don't want to see the outline of your phone and your wallet. Why am I seeing all these things? I don't know where to look because now my eye is distracted. I'm also way too close to your dick with my eyes. So stop that. Get a clean line. Move it along. Where's your bowling shirt? Why are you wearing this other shirt? Sorry. Just put your shit back. Nobody wants your shitty phone. Just put it backstage.
Oh, you're saying when people? I thought you meant
Or your back pocket. No, a phone in their front pocket. And it's the size of a fucking iPad.
Yeah.
And then they got like their wallet in the other one because they got their Sam's Club and their Froyo card in there and it's packed. Why am I seeing all this shit?
Unless maybe well, no. I was thinking unless they were audio recording.
Well, it's going to sound like this.
Yeah, I was going to say it would still be better if they just put it on the bar stool and turned it on.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. So at least even if they don't have like a copy of it. They can hear what they sounded like.
Yeah. So you can see what worked and what didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Because you don't remember because you remember it wrong. You think it went well and it didn't. You think it didn't do well and it did. That's the zen of comedy. It's never going to be the exact same conditions again the way it was that night. That's why I always felt just trust yourself and calm down and just talk, which was very hard for me to do.
yeah.
And I always would be wary of the time and be afraid because when you're doing 5 to 7 minutes, it's like, you're like rushing through your stuff to get to the punchline.
Yeah.
And when you rush, it's not as funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need the pauses.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That's one thing I feel like I've gotten better at is pacing, because I just speak quickly anyway, but I've gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, I do so much better when I just talk slower. So
Yeah, my favorite thing is you don't have to yell. You have a microphone.
Yeah.
Just put your mouth near the microphone.
everyone can hear.
Yeah, and it's so great because that's what it's going to sound stupid, but I'm going to tell it. I was behind the curtain during rehearsal for the Van Wezel subscription show. I could not see who was on the other side of the curtain. Our boss's name also happens to be the same as mine with a different last name. So she's the big boss of the building.
Uh-huh.
So I'm on the right side and she's on the outside on the left side. And folks who were getting ready to practice the Mamma Mia, that's right, they did a Dancing Queen sing-along karaoke. And I was like, so that was being rehearsed. And they said, and Mary, we're going to have you come out for the sing-along. And I walked out to the podium and went this close. Now, Kyle, I told you that I was willing to tell jokes, but I am not going to sing. And they go, not you, the other Mary. I go, oh. And she was literally next to me. I was like, I didn't see you. That got the biggest laugh.
I'm sure it did.
So, because you're being vulnerable, you're being real. Get on top of that mic. Let them hear you, because if they can't hear you, it's no good. And they got to be able to see your face. Even if you wear glasses, they got to be able to see your face. I don't know why I'm teaching stand-up comedy 101, but these are things that are important that I remember. I think it's to remind myself. Yeah. More than anything.
Yeah. Well, you got back on the old horse. You took a sniff of the old dragon. So,
I did. And, Robin, at this time, I am going to wind it up. We'll try segments. Didn't make it as segments and see how long it lasts.
Okay. My first one is a segment that didn't make it as a segment is it possible to get on AI's nerves?
Don't test it. You'll find out.
That's
Okay.
not a segment.
That's very funny. We can't discuss it. Mine is if women work together, do their eyelash cycles eventually sync up? And we're done. Come back next time to Scooch